Hey guys, this is Q. This is Celebrity TV, our review segment. You guys are fortunate enough to be an audience to our first review segment, and we're reviewing Power. James St. Patrick. He's not a nice guy. Okay guys, we're going to be reviewing the main cast of Power. Our next review is going to be Tommy. Then we're going to be reviewing Tasha. And then Angela Valdez. Then Tyreek. Then Raina. Then Dre. And then Grimy Kanan. Oh man, it's really sad. Ever since Raina died, it's been really sad. But right now we're talking about Power and the review. Now we're going to give you an overall review. First, let's talk about Raina getting killed. Wow, my heart was broken. My heart was broken. The most well-behaved person in that whole series was killed. Who was more sweeter than Raina? Who was more loving than Raina? Who was more concerning about her family and her friends than Raina? Who was more respectful than Raina? How could that dirty cop do that? How could the writers let that happen? How could the producers let that happen? I mean, when you see the next episode, your heart is going to be breaking. The tears may be in your eyes. Your eyes may get watery. I'm not going to tell you, but it's going to be very, very emotional. I just want to say that maybe that's a subliminal message for all of us. When you make your life a life of crime, sometimes the most innocent people or person can be hurt in your life. Make no mistakes about it. I love Omari Hardwick. I'm a big fan. But James St. Patrick, he's a criminal. I know we're inspired by the fact that he attempted to turn his life around, open up a beautiful master of a nightclub in Manhattan. I've been to some of the hottest clubs in Manhattan. And Truth was depicting like this just nightclub that just getting in, you just felt like a celebrity. And we respect that. We respect that he wanted to turn his life around. We respect the fact that he wanted to make it a retirement plan. And then he opened up 2 or 3 other clubs that he had bought from Stern's wife. Remember that? But James St. Patrick is a criminal. Ladies, I know you like the way he looked. I know you like the way he dressed. And his charm is second to none. But this guy is a criminal. Remember when he killed his friend? He got advice from Keenan, the same guy he sent to jail. And he killed his friend. Remember that? A guy that he raised from a pup. He killed him because of information that Kanan said. We found out that Kanan was just separating the body because he wanted to get back at James St. Patrick. He wanted to get back at James St. Patrick, aka Ghost, because he knew that James St. Patrick and Tasha was the one who framed him and sent him to jail. James St. Patrick, remember when he tried to go 100% legal, he killed all the heads of the other drug families. Remember he killed them? Remember that? This is not a good dude. Why didn't he just pack up, take that same club idea, and go to Virginia Beach and didn't tell nobody where he was at? Put the club in another person's name, and he be the man behind the scenes. He could have did that. He could have went to Miami, opened up the club Truth, put it in somebody else's name, and was the man behind the scenes. He could have done that. Remember The Wire? Remember Orlando's strip club? That was owned by Avon Barksdale, but he put Orlando name up front. As a matter of fact, the place was called Orlando's. He was behind the scenes. Why didn't James St. Patrick do the same thing? But yet he killed all of those guys. Do you know why he killed the heads of the drug dealing families? Just in case they'd snitch on him later. If he was going straight, he would have took my idea and just relocated. He could have changed his name. Do you know an attorney who does that type of business could change your name? Your name could be legally changed from anywhere between $250 and $400. And all your paperwork, birth certificate and everything, your name will be changed. You could change your name from Thomas Wilson to Jamel Lee Davis. You could change your name from Kevin Bronson to Michael Johnson. If you like Afrocentric names, you could change your name from Kevin George to Taekwon Shakim. That's right. It's legal. So why didn't he do that? This guy is a criminal. And we should not be too sympathetic on someone who would murder people just to save his own life. Now, if it was self-defense, that's different. But this guy is a murderer. Stop feeling sorry for James St. Patrick. If you want to be a Omari Hardwick fan, you go right ahead, because I'm an Omari Hardwick fan. But we're not talking about Omari Hardwick. We're talking about James St. Patrick. We're talking about a guy who left his wife for an old flame. Now check this out. Remember when he decided to leave his wife, he made it sound like she was doing something wrong? That's crap. Okay, granted, no one wants to marry a woman who wants you to be the biggest drug dealer in New York City. But she was the same woman she was in the beginning, okay? They wasn't having arguments. They wasn't having disputes. He left his wife just for Angela. Now, if you and your wife is constantly arguing, is constantly fighting, and she lost respect for you, she's calling you everything but a child of God, treating you like you less than a man and you don't deserve it, and you run into an old flame, and you start dating that old flame, and then you and that old flame hook up and you decide to leave your wife, I can understand that, because you and your wife is having problems anyway, and if you don't leave her, y'all may wind up killing each other. And while you sitting up in jail because you accidentally killed your wife, all you're going to say is, man, I should have left and this would have never happened. Now she's dead and I'm going to spend the rest of my life in this jail. And I'm not even a criminal. A lot of non-criminals have problems with their wives. But that wasn't the case with James St. Patrick, okay? He left his wife just for Angela. This is not a good dude. I like the way James St. Patrick dressed. I like the fact that he's smart. Dude is smart. If you think you're dealing with a unintelligent dude, you mistaken. Dude knows great business. Dude has business etiquette. Dude has a vision. But dude is a criminal. Stop feeling sorry for James St. Patrick. I know you want to. I want to like James St. Patrick. But my knowledge of right and wrong won't let me. James St. Patrick is a criminal. Now we have another episode coming up. I don't know, could I take it? Knowing that Raina was killed, I just don't know, could my heart deal with that? My heart is sad right now. And I know your heart is sad out there. I know your heart is sad out there. John, Linda, Lisa, Carol. Yes, I'm talking to you. I know your heart is sad. Charlemagne from the Breakfast Club, his heart was sad. Had James St. Patrick not left his wife for Angela Valdez, none of this would have never happened. But I'm going to tell you something. That's the second thing he did wrong. The first thing he did wrong was to become a drug dealer in the first place. Do you know how smart this dude was, even as a kid? Angela, oh please. He was more smart than Angela. You found out that he could have went to Troy. Now we're going to bring you a lot of reviews on Power. Even though the finale's coming up, I want to make sure you guys got this. So go on and subscribe. And let's watch the next episode. The next episode is coming on real soon. And I'm not even going to tell you what's going to happen. But you will be hurting. There will be tears in your eyes. And I hate to say it, even though Tasha wasn't the perfect wife, because no perfect wife want their husband to be the biggest damn drug dealer in New York City, as she put it. You're going to feel sorry for her. But none of this would have happened if James St. Patrick wouldn't have became a drug dealer in the first place. If you're in high school right now and you're about to graduate, or you know you're smart enough to graduate, go on and graduate high school and go to college. I've been to college, and I'm talking about top schools, University of Houston, top schools, main campus. College is not hard at all. You just have to get used to reading. If you're not afraid to read, you could do well in college. You don't need to be a drug dealer. Let this be a lesson to you. Look at his life. When you decide to go into any aspect of crime, you're putting the lives of your loved ones and your close friends at risk. You don't know what can happen. Now, this is just a general review. Don't worry. I'm going to come back and we're going to talk about a lot more things, a lot more specific things. Our next review we're going to talk about is the different type of characters. Today I told you a little bit about James St. Patrick. This guy was bright. He came up, he would read books all the time, and he decided to take that academic brightness to the streets. And look what happened. The next review, we're going to talk about Tommy. And then after that, we're going to talk about Tasha. I'm going to tell you why Tasha is attracted to Silver. Tasha has always liked the bad boy. She never even gave herself a chance to like a good dude. And when she did, you saw what happened. Them legs went wide open. Excuse me, ladies. You know what I'm talking about. And then we're going to talk about Angela. And then we're going to talk about Tyreek. And then we're going to talk about Raina. Then we're going to talk about Dre. And then we're going to talk about Keenan. Grimy Keenan. Keenan is grimy. And we're going to talk about him. I'm going to talk about his personality, what type of dude he is. All right. Has nothing to do with 50 Cent. 50 Cent, we're fans of 50 Cent. But Keenan is grimy. Man, these reviews are going to be something to hear. So, yo, go on and send a response. Go on and send a comment. Go on and subscribe, okay? You've just tuned into our first review segment, Reviewing Power. And the name of this segment is James St. Patrick is Not a Nice Guy. All right, fam. I'll talk to y'all real soon. All right, God bless.